Hey, so today I am going to be talking to you about some of the tracks and cars that I am expecting to see in Gran Turismo 7. Now, of course, this is a very exciting time. In this video, however, I am racing at Interlagos, which is one of the tracks that I am expecting to see in Gran Turismo 7 because, well, we've seen that dot, and of course, there's really only one track that's big and good in that area. So that's the track we're on today, and then also the car we are using is a Jaguar. It's the road car. Anyways, so getting down to it, I'm not going to get into what I'm driving today. Basically, we are expecting Gran Turismo 7 by the end of the year, and I'm going to get into that a little bit further on tomorrow. But today, what we are going to be talking about is some of the tracks that I am expecting and some of the cars. Now, for the tracks, I'm not too sure if we have all of the track dots on the map that we seen in the trailer. However, some of the tracks that we seen for the dots anyways are expected to be Interlagos, Autodromo Nazionale de Monza, Brands Hatch, Circuit de Barcelona, Circuit de Sarthe, I am probably butchering these names, Circuit de Francorchamps, I probably absolutely destroyed that name. I'm sorry to anybody who speaks French or whatever language, Spanish, whatever that is. Daytona International Speedway, that one's in Florida. Goodwill Motor Circuit, Nürburgring, Red Bull Ring, WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca, and Willow Springs. Now, some of the fictional tracks that we know of. Of course, we know of Trial Mountain. That's the only track we've seen actual footage of. But we have Alsace Village, which I have probably butchered that name. I am horrible at names, so I'm sorry to anybody I know. Autodrome Logo Maguire, Blue Moon Bay Speedway, Circuit St. Croix, Colorado Springs, Dragon Trail, Fisherman's Ranch, Northern Isle Speedway, oh my god, I am horrible on names, Sardegana, I probably butchered that one, and Special Stage Route X. I have these all written down on a PDF, or I mean on a Word document, but of course I just suck at names. Now, we've seen cars anywhere from Fords, we've seen Citroens, Chevrolets, BMW, Dodge Vipers, Lamborghinis, Mazdas, McLarens, Mercedes, Porsches, Subaru, Toyotas. We've all seen these in the races that were coming in on the trailer. Now, how many cars do I expect and how many tracks do I expect? Well, if those were the only dots on the map that we've seen and they don't add any more by release time, then those are the tracks that I'm expecting. However, this is still probably way before even early release. So at this point, they may still add a couple of more tracks, and I really wouldn't be surprised by seeing that. We never seen a Tokyo Speedway. Now that's at least I didn't see it, and that's good. That's one of the main tracks that has been in Gran Turismo for a very long time, and I personally. Now, I know a lot of people really like the Tokyo Speedway. I absolutely hate it. I don't like it. There's a reason for it, and usually, for one, it used to be, at least in Gran Turismo 3, it used to be always a nighttime track, and for somebody like myself who is colorblind but also has issues with brightness and things like that, that track sucked. Absolutely sucked. I hated it. Now, with Gran Turismo Sport, it's daytime, you get to you get to see the track in that, and I still hate it for one reason, and that is it's absolutely ridiculous to try and pass anybody on the Tokyo Speedway. It's a lot of fun, but it's really hard to pass anybody. It's almost, when you're online, it just seems like you're just absolutely just hitting everybody, and they're hitting you, and you're hitting them. Penalties galore. Maybe it's just my class. Maybe I just don't race online all that often. Maybe that's why. But it's just absolutely horrible. Now, you may have a different experience, but at least that is my experience. Now, what would be really cool, and I really doubt they'll even add this into the game, but if you can make your own track, that would be kind of cool. And share your own track with other people. I doubt they'll ever do that, but that would be kind of a fun feature that they would have. Now, other cars, or at least brands that we've seen on the trailer: Alfa Romeo, Aston Martin, Audi, and then I mentioned BMW, Chevrolet, Citroen, Dodge, Ford, Honda, Jaguar, or how I like to say it, Jaguar or Jaguar, just to make people mad. Lamborghini, Mazda, McLaren, Mercedes, Porsche, Subaru, Toyota. My favorite car that I am very happy to see in the trailer was a Mustang, and then I'm also happy to see Dodge Vipers. I'm very heavy into American muscle. I don't mind driving McLarens and Lamborghinis and things like that. I like driving them, but I just have a lot more fun with cars like the Viper and Mustang, just because they're real-wheel drive. There's maybe it's because I drive a Mustang in real life, but to me it's just a lot of fun. You really sometimes have to fight the car around the corners. You don't have something like a Lamborghini that has pretty well perfect steering all the way through. Now, the Veneno, which I will review sometime soon in GT Sport, if I get around to it, is a pretty good car, but we do have the fact with that car that the turning radius isn't all that good as I drift into that corner with this Jaguar that I am using. Now, this was a really fun car to drive. Now, I've got it set up where if I slam on the brakes too hard, the rear end comes out on me. It just helps me get around corners, so if you can get that brake bias in the back, that might help you get around corners sometimes. I know that you're slower when you're drifting into a corner, but sometimes it allows you to swing that back end around to stop you from sliding off the track like I did right there, so that you can get back on the track faster. That's just a small thing I do. I don't know if that's something that other people do, but it might be something for you to try. Now, we're on our final lap here. We're trying to get past this Viper that just passed us, and this is going to end up to be a really good race if we can beat this Viper. Oop, sorry man, just hit you. But we're going to try and power through. There's a little bit of that drift. I'm going to try and take the outside and then the inside on this corner coming up. And then I'm going to brake early. I should have broke a little bit later, but give him a little bit of room. But now we're going to take the slipstream from him, and we're going to try and push through. I'm going to take the inside now, and I'm going to try and brake really late into this corner. And it worked. I got past him, and I got that rear end around, but now he hits me, but that's fine. Now we're able to get the lead, and we are going to win. I hope that you have enjoyed today's video. If you have, hit that like button, subscribe, and I will see you guys again next time. This was a fun race. This was a fun video. It took me a while to make it, but I hope that you enjoy.